One of the greatest pieces of audio you'll ever hear. This is going to go down in the world record books as the quintessential excuse. Now, I want to set this up. The debate happened last night in Denver. Night before last, I was in Denver doing a debate against Elliot Spitzer where I kicked his ass. Not hard to do.
The only way you'd know that, though, is that everyone watching it was clapping for you and booing him.
Including the progressives that came out for him. But it was an amazing thing. So I was in Denver the night before last. I flew in. I landed about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We did the debate. Same time as the president. I got back on a plane. I arrived back here in Dallas at 2 a.m. I was back in the studios at 6 a.m. yesterday, and I did 3 shows yesterday. And then we went home, watched the debate, and then here we are again. Okay. Now, Current TV, which is the network and home of Elliot Spitzer and Al Gore, of course. We have kind of a bad recording because I don't think anybody's TiVo even works on Current. I don't even know how that works. But
no TiVo goes to channel 3,816.
Anyway, so somebody happened to be, I don't know if it was in an airport or if maybe this was in the control room of Current, but somebody took their cell phone out and they recorded this interview on Current last night with Al Gore.
Bless them for doing that.
And I got to tell you, this is going to go down as the greatest excuse of all time. Why? How did the president lose? Why did he lose? How could this happen? Al Gore is here with a scientific answer.
I'm going to say something controversial here.
Hey, stop. I just sort of relish. Just enjoy this moment. What do you think he could possibly...
I'm going to say something controversial here. Okay.
Yeah.
What could it possibly be?
What could it be? What could it be?
And think about this for a moment as well. When he says, I'm going to say something controversial here, this isn't an off-the-cuff comment.
Oh, no.
He's put thought into this
and
has realized that some people may not agree with it, but he's going to go with it yesterday anyway because he's sure about it.
Yeah, I'm a science-minded person.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got it down.
I'm
He's
going to
gonna
say something scientific. Are you, Al?
Here it goes.
Okay.
Here it goes.
I'm going to say something controversial here. Obama arrived in Denver at 2 p.m. today.
Okay.
Just a few hours before the debate started.
Right.
Romney did his debate prep in Denver. When you go to 5,000 feet, exactly, and you only have a few hours to adjust.
That's interesting.
I don't know, maybe gradient altitude. This is it. Can I see the first one?
It's the altitude is what affected Barack Obama.
Altitude.
It's
Why
the altitude.
didn't I think of that? The guy's traveling around in his own plane with a surgical unit and a surgeon on board. You'd think somebody would have said, Mr. President, you're going up to the tippy top of the earth. You're going up to the very highest of all heights.
That's interesting.
It's the altitude, and what happens is just below the surface of the Earth, the Earth is incredibly hot, several million degrees, and that starts to mix with the high altitude, and Obama's breathing these fumes, and he started to get lightheaded, and he couldn't think straight.
Seriously.
Plus,
That is the greatest.
Oh, every time I screw anything up, which is
oh
awful.
my gosh, I was just in Denver the other day, and I
It's the
haven't really had the time to take care
to
of
adjust. Look, I mean, yes, I ran over that gaggle of school children, but with the altitude, come on!
It's Denver, man.
amazing.
It's not like you're in the Himalayas. It's Denver. I don't know if you've been to these exotic regions of the world like Denver. And you know what? Why didn't President Obama's Sherpa tell him this?
Yeah.
Isn't that where they had their Democratic convention in 2008?
Yeah.
It wasn't it Denver? He seemed to do okay
right.
then.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this
It's what a ridiculous excuse.
not only does it just settle really the flailing that's going on the left about this debate last night, but also think about this every time you hear a scientific explanation from Al Gore on anything. This is the level of intellect that is fueling it.
That's great.
Just play it again.
One more
so
time,
great.
please.
I'm going to say something controversial here.
No, why would you set it up that way? I don't think this is controversial at all. This seems like solid science to me.
Height scrambles your brain. It's science.
Obama arrived in Denver at 2 p.m.
At 2 p.m. today.
Just a few hours before the debate started.
Stop. I'm thinking he's going for the time zone thing.
Yeah,
I'm thinking he's going, and 2 hours could scramble your brain at 8 o'clock. It's like, it to him, it's 10.
Yeah, like jet lag, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going for. No.
When he starts out, it's going to be controversial. You're thinking, what, race had something to do with it? Maybe something like that? No.
Romney did his debate prep in Denver. When you go to 5,000 feet, exactly, and you only have a few hours to adjust.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe
training at altitude. Can I say the first time?
The altitude.
Not a lot of people know this. This is why we've stopped all debates on the summit of Mount Everest.
Can we just stop and think about for a second that this man was 537 votes from being president of the United States?
Oh, it's amazing.
Can you imagine?
Let me take a quick break because David Barton is on the phone, and we got to talk to Dave. Got to talk to David. He might know something about the altitude thing that we don't know. I'm sure the founders and because honestly, Ben Franklin was scientific minded. He would have known if President Obama would have been a little more friendly to Ben Franklin. Maybe there's something in his writings of don't do debates. Whatever you do, don't do debates in Denver. It's too high.
I think we should ask David if, how did Jesus overcome the height of the mount when he gave the Sermon on the Mount?
Well, that may be why it's all nonsense. You shouldn't read it anyway.
Okay.
Here's our, it's the only reason why
State Department
it's the only reason why he believed the Bible. It was the altitude up there on the mountain. Here's our...